Harry Smith recorded 2 Fudge sessions in 1965, including their amazing song, Nothing. Monday, nothing. Tuesday, nothing. Wednesday, Thursday, nothing. Friday for a change, a little more nothing. Saturday was more nothing. Fucking nothing, sucking nothing. Flesh and sex, nothing. The world's great books are a great set of nothing. Social anthropology, nothing. Nothing, 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 nothing. The Fugs were real poets with real topics to speak out, and through the new underground scene, this weird music could leak out, beginning the punk idea that anybody could do it without needing much musical ability to it, and this new crazy music was soon labeled freak out. In 1966, the Fugs signed to New York label ESP. The same label put out a band called The Gods, spelled with a Z. The Gods accomplished the feat of making even the Fugs music sound sweet, with the least musical folk punk racket in history. Far from the West Coast hippie scene, New York music was far from mainstream. It was intellectual but noisy and hectic. And then the Velvet Underground went electric and made folk punk more beautiful and more extreme. Nothing could stop New York's strange folk punk tide. In 1968 came David Peel and the Lower East Side. They recorded an album out in the street, screaming and sloppy. They were signed to Elektra Records, and it sold almost 1 million copies with songs like I Like Marijuana and Up Against the Wall, Motherfucker, inside. My father, where is my father? Where is my father? They're at war. They're at war. You made them going to go to U.S. Army. You told them I was taking white lies. You told them all the bullshit and baloney. Now my brother and my father have to die. And the Stooges were a freak-out band in Detroit, but folks ignored them until Danny Fields brought them to New York and had John Cale from the Velvets record them. While most acid rock was turning into progressive, the Stooges instead pushed the raw and aggressive, and Iggy Pop sang about degradation and boredom. That's 1969, who cares? All across the USA. Another year for me and you. Another year with nothing to do. Another year for me and you. Another year with nothing to do. In 1970, David Peel's second album came, with some amazing songs and some a little lame. In most pre-punk histories, David Peel gets forgot because he was a hippie singing lots of songs about pot. But his second album is the first album with the real sound that electric punk rock soon became. We are from the Lower East Side. We don't give a damn if we live or die. We are from the Lower East Side. We don't give a damn if we live or die. And even though it was a few years before this was something The Clash would later do, David Peel mixed punk with reggae on the amazing song I Want to Kill You. Let's all the people of the future generation. Let's all the people in our life of demonstration. Let's all the people in a world of aggregation.